This week on Channel 8 News, we'll take a look at the Cut Loose event, the Iowa Democratic Caucus, and more.
Channel 8 News starts right now.
Thank you for tuning in to Channel 8 News. I'm Hallie Cornelius.
And I'm Cody Nance.
On the week of January the 27th, refund checks were distributed. Those with direct deposit got them instantly, and the rest were sent in the mail. If you're expecting one and have yet to get it, check in with the admin building on its progress.
Missouri Western has announced that they will be adding on a new major tailored to the gaming industry. Next week, we will be exploring whether Northwest might add the new major to our campus.
The Student Athletic Advisory Committee put on a talent show between the sports to raise money for charity. Callista Schaefer has the story.
On Tuesday, January 28th, Northwest Student Athletic Advisory Committee hosted their second annual talent show. The action took place at the Ron Houston Performing Arts Center at 7 p.m. You've had a chance to witness these athletes shine on the field, but this gives them the opportunity to show their hidden talents. Jackson Likens, representing the football team, started playing classical piano at 6, but continued with playing other instruments after his freshman year of high school.
Guitar and bass and singing in bands around KC. So I would say this is probably the most formal production I've done. Usually I'm playing at bars, so it was good. I mean, that was the goal, just trying to get everybody to sing along and have a good time, so it meant a lot to me.
All participating athletes were judged, and the winner received a gift card to a restaurant here in Maryville. This event was open to the public, and all proceeds went toward benefiting Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Thanks, Callista.
Cut Loose is an event that allows students to cut their hair and donate it to St. Jude's Hospital. The minimum amount of hair was 8 inches, and students were able to pick a sponsor to cut it for them. After that, there were hairstylists in attendance to fix the hair. The volunteers received both a t-shirt and rose for participating.
When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the events happening around Northwest Campus. Don't go away. Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Hallie Cornelius.
And I'm Cody Nance.
Will Linder sat down with SAC representative to see what's going on this year.
Right now we're going to take a look at what's happening on the Northwest Campus. I'm your host, Will Linder, and joining me today is SAC Representative Kyle Harris.
Howdy.
Now, Kyle, we have an exciting semester of stuff going on the Northwest Campus. Can you tell us about all those things?
Yeah, absolutely, at least SAC's portion of it. It's a really exciting semester for us. We just hosted our open house, which is a great way for students to kind of see what we're bringing to campus and how they can get involved. But the first event we have upcoming is called Step Africa. It's going to be a dance troupe on the 5th that does traditional African stepping, which is their way of showing their African culture. It's kind of interactive. Sometimes they bring students on stage and we'll teach them a couple of the moves. So that's really cool. And then shortly after that, we're pretty close to Valentine's Day, and so we're going to move right into our traditional flowergram program. And so what that is starting on the 5th and 6th, you can come into the union and fill out a small little form, and a week later on Valentine's Day, SAC will hand out roses to people of your choosing. So that's always fun.
Well, that sounds like an exciting event, especially for Valentine's Day, which is coming up, I believe, next Friday. So that should be a good way for you guys to get money through that program. Does SAC have a lot of goals for this semester?
Yeah, I think a big thing that we're working on is actually geared towards our members. So SAC as an organization, we ask a lot out of our volunteers. Our students put on these events on their own, basically. It's run 100% by students. And so we're trying to do a better job of rewarding that hard work. We're going to start featuring like retreats for SAC members and different prizes. And that's just to boost up our attendance at our meetings. And I think that will in turn boost attendance at events. So.
What about for the month of February? It looks like you guys have a lot on the calendar. Would you care to elaborate more?
Yeah, sure. Well, one big thing that happens for SAC in February is that our leadership team is going to be going to a conference. This year it's in Denver, and we'll be doing a lot of our programming for the next year. So February is a big goal-setting month because we're going to get to lay down, everything that's going to happen for the fall and next year's spring semester. So it'll be a great time to figure out what our goals are for the new year.
What do you guys do at that conference?
It's a lot of fun, actually. We spend most of our day looking at different acts that you might see on campus here. So we'll go to small concerts, we'll listen to lectures, we'll see comedians, and basically just kind of get to interact with their managers and do some contracting, do some booking, get some numbers. So it's great networking. And then there's also some classes at these events for our exec team to learn how to be a better leadership team.
And speaking of leadership, I'm pretty sure that this is your first real semester as being president of Student Activities Council. Do you have any goals for yourself and expectations that you're supposed to live up to for this upcoming semester?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, one thing about myself is that I'm a business management major, and so I think my biggest goal is to take what I am learning in the classroom and apply it to SAC as an organization. And that kind of goes along with what I talked about earlier about, rewarding members who are working hard, and boosting attendance at events, and just kind of looking at things in a more analytical business type way, looking at the way we spend our money and, measuring our results, if that makes sense.
Well, as always, Kyle, thank you for joining us here at Channel 8. We're going to send it back into the studio with Keegan and Courtney. Thank you for watching.
Thanks, Will.
When we come back, we'll take a look at some of the more recent news and events. Don't go away.
Welcome back to Channel 8 News. I'm Hallie Cornelius.
And I'm Cody Nance. Over winter break, the minimum age to buy tobacco products was raised to 21. Kirsten Stokes went around campus seeing how students felt about the issue.
In December of 2019, Trump and Congress passed a law that prohibited anyone under the age of 21 from purchasing tobacco products. Students left campus being able to purchase these products and came back not having the ability to do so. So I went around campus to ask their opinions on the issue and to see what they thought.
I think it's a good idea, but then I think the younger kids are going to try and find sneakier ways to get it.
No, because I just think people should make their own decisions, and if they decide to participate in that, then that's their decision. And also, I feel like it relates with the age that you can go and fight in the Army and fight for our U.S. military. I feel like if you're able to do that, then you should be able to make most adult decisions. So yeah.
It's been like that in St. Louis for a while, way before they made it, I guess, statewide. So
Right.
I guess it's fine.
I mean, I'm 21, I don't really care. It doesn't affect me.
People our age should not be addicted to that substance. I feel like it's kind of horrible, especially in the water vapor, and people's lungs are turning into liquid, and it should freak people out.
Right.
So I totally agree with the law.
I think that's a great idea because that way it can kind of stop it coming in high schools. I feel like that's why the alcohol age is 21. You can't, if you're 18 and can buy tobacco products, you're 18 in high school, you can buy it for other kids in high school. And tobacco's not good, so.
Understand. Thank you.
Feel pretty good about that.
Thank you.
I don't like that,
Okay.
even though I don't smoke. Basically, I kind of like the idea of keeping it at the age of adulthood. So this goes for alcohol as well, any other recreational thing. You keep it at 18 because the second you become an adult, you pay taxes, and sales tax is part of that. So when I buy something, it obviously is taxed, and I feel like taxes correlates with you being an adult. So yeah, buy whatever you want.
They should move the age limit up more because still 21 is way too young to be getting addicted to nicotine and stuff like that.
Thanks, Kirsten.
Last week, Iowa held their Democratic Caucus, allowing them to hold rallies to gain more supporters. KNWT sent reporters to cover the event.
It's the weekend before the storm here in Des Moines, Iowa. The Democratic hopefuls have spread far and wide across the state to compete for the Democratic nomination for president. In the early morning hours in West Des Moines, candidate Tom Steyer delivers a speech to members of AFSCME who ask questions about his stances on public service in Iowa.
My first partner was unions, my best partner has been unions, and as I like to say, my last partner will be unions.
Unexpectedly, Senator Bernie Sanders makes a surprise visit and delivers his campaign speech.
And half of our people are living paycheck to paycheck. If you're an older worker, the likelihood is you have zero saved up for retirement.
It's only a 15-minute address to the union members before Sanders is back on the road again, heading south towards Indianola for the afternoon. Meanwhile, 1 hour north of the capital city, in the small community of Boone, Andrew Yang opens up with strong comments on the values of family and what he called the traditional values of Iowa.
The wave is our chance to rewrite the rules of this economy to start working for us and our people and not just these big companies that have been running our government for far too long.
On Saturday evening in Des Moines, Amy Klobuchar, who recently denied a caucus pact with other candidate Joe Biden, rallies a gym full of her supporters.
So what I am asking you to do for me, because I was not here last week, I couldn't go to every town like I wanted to and do all 99 counties for a second time. I am asking you to run for me.
The race continues on until Monday, when the biannual caucus will take place at exactly 7 p.m. To find out where your voting precinct is in the state, you can consult the ACLU's Iowa website at ACLU-IA. Satellite precincts are also an option for voters throughout Monday. The candidates make their last pleads for their supporters to do more before the caucus begins. Those who show up and participate on Monday will be the biggest support for the Democrats as they face off against President Trump for re-election in November. From Des Moines, Iowa, reporting for KNWT Channel 8 News, I'm Will Linder.
On February 4th, SAC will start selling their flowergrams for Valentine's Day. Ordering time goes from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Well, that's all the time we have for Channel 8 News.
For stories that matter to you, catch Channel 8 News every Monday through Thursday at 6:15, right here on KNWT Channel 8.
Amazing Things is up next. From all of us here at Channel 8 News, I'm Hallie Cornelius.
And I'm Cody Nance. Have a great night.